Everybody. Good afternoon. This is oh nice, they're a Smithsonian affiliate. Nice. Okay, this is the Nuclear Museum, and here we had the periodic chart, the noble gases on the left, hydrogen. I'm sorry, no, the noble gases are on the far right. My bad. But here we got hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium on the left. And then on the right, we got radon, xenon, krypton, argon, neon, and helium. These are noble gases on the right. And then down here on the bottom are your radioactive isotopes. And then you got your various other metals, silver, cadmium, mercury, gold, roentgenium, copernicum, platinum, palladium, nickel, copper, zinc, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, a unnamed element 113, flerovium, lead, tin, germanium, silicon, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, polonium, tellurium, selenium, sulfur, oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. See, National Award of Nuclear Science and History, honored past recipients. A pathway to discovery. So the history of those who discovered the atom itself. John Dalton, Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, Henry Becquerel, Marie Curie, Albert Einstein, Sir Charles Crookes, Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen, Sir Joseph John Thomson, Ernest Rutherford, Niels Bohr. There's a radioactive isotope named after him, Niels Bohrium. And here with Blind Man Travels. German atomic bomb project. A Japanese military aggression. This is talking about World War II. Los Alamos Project Main Gate. And this is a recreation of the infamous lab where they were testing the actual atomic bomb itself. The Jim Sanborn Critical Assembly. The device for measuring the neutron flux of uranium core. And that crackling sound is what the sounds they were hearing when they were testing the procedures. So Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955. Okay, so this is the pioneers of the atom. All the researchers that all the scientific minds that went into discovering the atom as we know it today. The Carabiner 98K rifle. The Enrico Fermi's instruments, frequency generator. Weston DC ammeter, model 45. And various military gear during the time. 8489 bayonet scabbard. German Luftwaffe helmet. Field mask, or field flask rather. Japanese Type 98 Army officer's sword. Type 92 Japanese helmet. And the M1 combat helmet. The US wore these. Interesting. Leslie Groves. The National Defense Research Committee, Office of Scientific Research. So this is all recreations. This is all recreations of the inverted top half of the disassembled physics package of the Trinity device. Which is that piece back there. A device for measuring the electromagnetic flux of a blast wave, which looks to be that piece back there. Assembly for Los Alamos Prototype 2. Oh, okay. Fascinating. Like Los Alamos, a secret science outpost, crowded fire traps, baby in the baby boom. Various. This is what cameras used to look like back in the 60s. I'm sorry, no, back in the 40s. Wow. My, how far technology has come. Technology has come a very long way from large cameras like that to a camera that fits in your pocket. That's amazing. And then this is the B-29 Super Fortress, the Enola Gay. Yes, that's its actual name. The B-29 Super Fortress Boxcar. Okay, so two of the same ship with different names. Fascinating. The Norden M9 bomb sight. That's really cool. Ooh, this area changed. Interesting. Tiff, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Paper airplanes. Okay, so this is like, oh, this is hands-on stuff. Okay, cool. So like, people can make various paper airplanes. Yes, Tiff. Yes, correct. Okay, so people can make paper airplanes and then throw them through. Okay, that is really cool. So this is a hands-on. Okay, so this is a okay, so there's like a hands-on thing about various aircraft. That's really cool. Right, navigation, NASA puzzle challenge. Okay, neat. Gyroscope.
It consists of a metal wheel mounted on an
I used to have that exact I used to have that exact type of gyroscope when I was a kid back in the 90s. I used to have one of those. Freaking thing fell apart when I stepped on it. Rip.
It doesn't seem to have any special capabilities.
Oh, topo map. Okay, so topographic map. Awesome, Tiff. Awesome.
Suspended like this.
So this is pretty cool. 'Cause, like, kids can make airplanes, or anybody, or anyone can to try to make it as far to try to make it as far through as many of these hoops as possible. That's really neat. Oh, okay. So you load you load your rocket on this thing, and then you press. Oh, you have to crank up. Oh, you have to crank. Oh, that's cool. You crank up pressure, and then you let it out. That is neat. Okay, that that's a fascinating little gadget. Neat. Okay, so this is a total hands-on science area for kids. Neat. Okay, and we got. Oh, this is a Lionel locomotive, G scale, a garden scale. And then these are replicas of the bombs themselves. This is Fat Man, as it was called. This weapon casing is identical to that used for the Fat Man atomic bomb. On July 16, 1945, the Fat Man prototype was tested in the New Mexico desert site codenamed Trinity. Thus, the atomic age began. And then the aftermath. Uh, Japanese surrender. Truman's statement after Hiroshima, August 6, 1945. Reign of ruin. And then the second bomb at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And this long skinny one is called Little Boy. There's Fat Man and Little Boy. And then at the test site, there's this green rock called Trinitite. And Trinitite is like the top, maybe the top foot of the dirt was melted, and it because it was radioactive at the time. Um, it still it turned it turned like the top foot of the soil green. The This is a sample of the Trinitite from the Trinity test site. The first atomic explosion created a fireball that that fused desert sand into this green-like solid. The bomb crater measured nearly 2,400 feet across and was 10 feet deep in some places. Trinitite from 3/16 inch to half inch coated the crater. Wow. See, 1942, Packard Custom Limousine. All right, so this was a custom limousine. And this was the flag, the Trinity flag. This 48 star American flag flew over Trinity Base Camp July 16th, 1946. And the reason why there's only 48 here because Alaska and Hawaii had not become a state yet. And then this is replica girders of the atomic bomb test. And it's the Packard Clipper, and then the tower, the gadget, then the sedan, the 100-ton test, and McDonald Ranch House. The Trinity test site tower, and a replica of the test device itself. They called it the Gadget. Gadget was the code name given to the first atomic device tested. It was called a device because there's not yet deployable weapon, and the words like atomic or bomb were avoided for security reasons. The Gadget was an implosion type plutonium bomb similar to the design to the Fat Man bomb used 3 weeks later at the attack on Nagasaki. The Carter Committee, the Frank Committee, and then Leo Szilard's opposition. Very interesting. Oh, and then the decision to draw. And then various origami birds, very beautiful. Various images of the atomic bomb explosion. That's fascinating. And that actual tower was down in Alamogordo, but when they released the device, the whole original tower got it no longer exists because it vaporized. Pretty much anything at ground zero got vaporized. So.
Area for agriculture is all outside itself. All the people live together.
See, targeting Japan.
Radiating out of Tokyo is the electric lines of
Prompt and utter destruction. Potsdam Declaration, July 26th. The Allies released Potsdam Declaration. announcing the terms for Japan's surrender with the warning, we will not deviate from them. There are no alternatives. We shall brook no delay. The terms of the declaration spelled out what the Allies required of Japan to end the war. The last provision stated, we call upon the government of Japan to proclaim now and the unconditional surrender of all Japanese armed forces and provide proper and adequate assurance to other countries in such action. The alternative for Japan is prompt and utter destruction.
Where the rice has been spread out to dry. You know, all grain has to be very carefully dried before it's stored.
Now, this is cool. Atomic shadows. In a few seconds after the bomb goes off, the area around it is bathed in concrete, can be bleached white. If any objects block the thermal rays, a portion of the surface is spared and does not change color, leaving a shadow. The shadows of victims in the photograph are outlined. Wow. So there's some outlined people here. Wow. And then the Nagasaki. Various images of the city. See, vehicle license plate. So here's a, I'm not sure if it's real or replica. See, a vehicle license plate believed to have been recovered from the ruins of Nagasaki in 1945, given to Roy Hall, the mayor of McKinney, Texas, by U.S. Senator Mark Hatfield of Oregon. Hatfield served. Okay, neat. And then this is what one of the tricycles look like after the blast, called Shinichi's tricycle. This tricycle belonged to a 3-year-old Shinichi Tetsutani, who was riding in front of his house in Hiroshima when the atomic bomb blast flattened it. Wow, that's horrific. The origami peace cranes. Okay, so these are origami peace cranes. This is awesome. Tile building. Tile fragment from Hiroshima, Japan building, which shows the August 6, 1945 atomic bombing, to Mr. Robert Hartman from Reverend S. Katsuki, the priest of Sarangi Explosion Center. Edwina, how you doing? Welcome in, ma'am. Welcome in. Travels. Let's see, modern day Hiroshima. As you can see, Hiroshima, fully recovered, is now a very healthy and booming city.
You wouldn't even believe if there was any atomic destruction there if you went to Hiroshima now.
I believe it. Yeah, based on the picture there, there's no based on the picture, there's no resemblance of it at all.
No, well, they have they call it the atomic peace dome or something like that.
Okay.
It's like deconstructed as it was because that was right above where the explosion happened. But they left that in a ruined state. But most of the rest of the city, if not all the rest of the city, is pretty much like any other modern city in Japan. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Occupation and reconstruction. Yes, Edwina. Yes. Blind man. Edwina says hi.
Edwina.
Yes, and I am streaming on my third channel. But yeah, Edwina, check this out. This is a replica. This is a replica of the device. Obviously, not the real thing. So if that blast would have hit New Mexico, this is about what it looks like. It's about what the blast area would have done.
For satellite regimes throughout Europe,
See the Tularosa Downwinders. On July 16th, 1945, central New Mexico's Tularosa Basin witnessed the world's first detonation of a nuclear weapon. People saw and heard detonation as far away as Albuquerque and El Paso. The military did not reveal the exact nature of the highly secret test to the public. Instead, a cover story of an explosion at an ammunition storage facility was invented by General Leslie Groves, the head of the Manhattan Project. It is not until the war that the exact nature of the blast became known. Wow. Really, Edwina, really? Wow. See, electrical usage and the nuclear weapons complex. See, the Tennessee Valley Authority, Grand Coulee and Bonneville dams, and then train blow up and oh, that's terrible, Edwina. That's terrible. Wow. See, after World War II, see, and then rebuilding Europe. See, the invasion of Japan, Operation Downfall, invasion of Japan, Operation Olympic, Operation Coronet. There's a ramp here, so careful there, blind man. Operation Katsuga, the defense of Japan, special attack units, civilians and casualties. Okay, and all the protesters against the war. Yeah, all wars are illegal. Right, and then this is a video, a video like various commercials of the time. Okay, so hang on, chat. Hang on. All right, sorry, chat. Alrighty, so here's a replica of some of the inside of the bunkers. Yeah, Fallout Shelter. For the gamers out there, that should be a familiar name. Yeah, please do not. Yo. Exactly. Yeah, but when the bombs fell, this is what they had to rely on. Like various non-perishables.
Baby, you're not too far from it now.
Right, I believe it. Yeah, and this type of blanket is like the world's scratchiest material ever. I don't know what this material is made out of, but it's the world's scratchiest material. The freaking U.S. Army green blanket is made out of the same material. Freaking scratchiest material ever. So this is replicas of the various options they had in the bunkers, and then this is an example of bunkers. The Lance Missile Exhibit is dedicated to Charles R. Loper, May 10th, 2020. President, Museum Board of Trustees, 2007-2009. Museum Relocation Project Director, 05-09. Trustee Emeritus. Nice. See the air raid warden, official civil defense insignia. Let's see, U.S. Citizen Service Corps, basic ensign, civil air patrol, staff, bomb recon agent, air warden, auxiliary police, auxiliary foreman, auxiliary firefighter, demolition and clearance, road repair, rescue, decontamination, medical, nurses aid, drivers, messengers, emergency food and housing, utility repair, instructors, chaplains, Christian chaplains and Jewish chaplains, and triage. And then at the bottom, civil defense auxiliary, forest fire, and then civilian evacuation service. So, wow. So that is all the insignia. That's fascinating. So this CD matches up with this one in the middle here, which is basic ensign. Nice. Very nice. Nuclear fusion research, thermonuclear tests, Truman's directive and Oppenheimer's opposition. Yep, another rocket launcher, and then overhead, kind of like a semi-modern space rocket. Let's see the Mark II re-entry. Oh, okay, neat. And then this is a replica of the body of Fat Man, I believe. No, this was not Fat Man. I thought it was. This is the Mark V. The Mark V was the first attempt to develop a smaller, lighter strategic nuclear weapon. The smaller diameter bomb facilitated aircraft delivery and range. A reduced size also meant that it was easier to maintain, test, and assemble. Mark V could be carried by U.S. Air Force, B-29, B-36, B-50, B-52, the U.S. Navy AJ, A2J, and A3D. Attack planes could also carry the weapon. It was 11 feet long, 43 inches in diameter, and it was stockpiled from 52 to 63, on loan from the Naval Historical Center. Wow, that's really cool. Alrighty, Edwina. Thank you for hanging out, Edwina. Thank you. Be sure to hit that like as well, and also tell your friends. Like, this is basically my whatever channel. Whatever I find interesting. Yep, U.S. Air Force. See, Mark 7. So as you can see, they started getting smaller and smaller with their explosive devices. The U.S. government is that is. See the MB1 Air 2A Genie. The Genie was created to fill the need for a nuclear-capable air-to-air rocket to protect the U.S. against mass attack of enemy bombers. The unguided solid-fuel rocket had a maximum speed of Mach 3 at the maximum range of 6 miles, with a ceiling of over 50,000 feet. Dang, that's crazy. And then replicas, various rockets. the Davy Crockett. The Davy Crockett was a bazooka-type missile with a W-54 warhead. The Whiskey 54 was the lowest yield nuclear warhead ever deployed by the U.S. The Davy Crockett could be mounted on top of a Jeep, or a three-person team could carry it. The weapon system used a spin-stabilized, unguided rocket fired from a recoilless gun. Two types were made: a 120 millimeter with a range between 1,000 and 6,500 feet, and a 155 millimeter with a range between 1,000 and 13,000 feet. The Davy Crockett also fired a conventional high explosive round for use as an anti-tank weapon. The Davy Crockett brought nuclear capability to the infantry. It fired a powerful nuclear shell with acceptable danger of radiation to the troops. Wow. So here's a replica of that Davy Crockett. Wow. Short range attack missile, SRAM. The B-57 nuclear weapon. Guided weapon Mark 1, Mod 0. Walleye 1 trainer. See, yeah, the Walleye 1 trainer case, 1960. So this is the Walleye 1 here. Oh, okay. So this one back here is the SRAM. And then that's the B-57 back there. And then this green one here is the WE-177. The stock take program. See the Mark 101 Lulu. I don't. Oh, there it is. There's the Mark 101 Lulu right there. Neat. And then the B-20. So this is the B-28 here. Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow was a code name long before it was the name of the movie. Broken Arrow is a military code name for a nuclear weapon accident. Any unexpected event involving the loss, destruction, or serious damage to nuclear weapons or their components resulting in an actual or potential hazard to life or property is considered a broken arrow. Since 1950, there have been 32 accidents involving nuclear weapons belonging to the U.S. None of these accidents resulted in even a partial nuclear detonation because the weapons were designed with redundant safety features. Only two of these accidents, at Palomares and Thule, Greenland, resulted in widespread dispersal of nuclear materials. Wow, that's crazy. So here's the Palomares incident. Oh wow. There was a broken arrow here in New Mexico, at Manzano Base, New Mexico. Wow. And then Pacific Ocean off the coast of British Columbia, Lebanon, Ohio, Fairfield, Susan Air Force Base, California, over water outside the U.S., Mediterranean Sea, Lakenheath Air Base, Suffolk, England. There's a broken arrow here. So there's two in New Mexico, Kirtland and Manzano Base. Good grief. So there was two broken arrows here in New Mexico. Holy smokes. So broken arrows for nuclear weapon accident. Major Delmar Wilson was the commander for the 16th Air Force Warner's Warriors. His code name for the 1966 accident over Palomares, Spain. Wow. Yep, the Albuquerque broken arrow. on May 22nd, 1957, a 41,000-pound Mark 17 thermonuclear bomb dropped from the bay of the B-36 just south of Albuquerque Airport on its way to Kirtland. The B-36 was a field weapon from Biggs Air Base near El Paso. While approaching the runway at Kirtland at an altitude of 1,700 feet, the weapon, which did not have a nuclear capsule, dropped from the bomb, uh, dropped from bomb bay, taking the doors with it. Weapon parachutes were deployed, but it did not sufficiently um, stop the fall because of the low altitude. It was the bomb bruised because of air turbulence or accidental pull of the release mechanism. The high explosive component of the Mark 17 loaded and created a crater about 25 feet across and 12 feet deep. Fragments and debris were scattered as far as a mile from the point of impact. Recovery and cleanup operations were conducted, and radiation measures were made at the lip of the crater. No radioactivity was found in the area. Wow. There was a broken arrow here in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Did you find anything about the Tsar Bomba yet?
I don't know. I don't know if this museum has that, but please.
It'd be interesting because it's the largest nuclear detonation in human history.
Wow.
And it was in 1961 by the Soviets,
Oh, okay.
and they
Hmm.
the flight crew had enough time to get away, and then it detonated about 10 miles up or something like that. But they actually throttled it back. They only gave it half of the explosive potential that it could have had, but it's still the biggest detonation ever done on purpose in human history.
Nice.
It's called the Tsar Bomba.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for that. Thank you for that tidbit of information. I did not know that.
Yeah. The historian in me always finds interesting stuff.
Absolutely. See, so pieces of lead, pieces of aluminum, pieces of micarta, pieces of steel. So I'm getting various pieces from the wreckage.
Fascinating.
Yep. And then the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh. Yep, this is a specialty of mine too.
Nice. Kasimov with IL-28 fuselage creates en route to Cuba. 28 September 1962. Soviet ships to Cuba. I believe that crisis was called the Bay of Pigs, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Bay of Pigs was before.
Oh, okay.
Bay of Pigs was in, I want to say March or April of 1961.
Oh, okay.
And then the Cuban Missile Crisis was where the Soviets thought that Kennedy would be a pushover, so that's when they started sending nuclear weapons to Cuba.
I get you. Okay. See, Cuban Missile Crisis, the MRBM Launch Site 3, San Cristobal, Cuba. The Doomsday Clock. So this is what the inside of the inside of the thruster cone looks like. And a model of a submarine. We all live in a red submarine. Ensuring U.S. nuclear weapons are safe and secure. So various testing devices that listen for nuclear radiation. Yep, do not touch. So, obviously not gonna touch. This is a U.S. Navy radio sonde unit. The Cold War ends. After nearly 40 years, the Cold War came to an end. Its most visible symbol, the Berlin Wall, was pulled down in 1989. The scenes of these photos reflect not only its destruction, but also some of the aura that surrounded the wall during its years of existence. Seen within this case are pieces of the wall and the barbed wire that surmounted it. Mikhail Gorbachev, or tear down this wall. Wow, fascinating. Yep, the Trinity obelisk. Yeah, and my gimbal finally died, so that's why I'm using my hands to carry my phone. After all this time, my gimbal died, so I do need to buy a new one. Okay, so here is where we're getting in. Here is where we're getting into the how the atomic age affected modern pop culture.
Yep.
With various movies like Damnation Alley, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Mad Max, the China Syndrome, Atomic Energy Lab,
Don't forget.
the Radium Fad.
Don't forget bikinis.
Oh, to the Florida Keys. That's right. Yes.
The bikinis, man.
Bikini Island. Yes.
The atoll where a bunch of the testing was done in the Pacific.
Correct. Yes. Hence the stories of the big lizard.
Yeah.
Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
Godzilla.
Thank you, Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the atoll in the Pacific, and that's when they thought nuclear power was cool before they learned about it. And this French designer designed a bathing suit, a Japanese bathing suit, called it Bikini after the island.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can be a billionaire. Fabulous fortune and hunting game, featuring an automatic bonus and penalties. Interesting. See, at play in the atomic age. The Superman, like more pop culture stuff came out of that. Rocket-shaped tricycle.
Is this like a board game or something?
It is, yes.
Hmm.
The name of this board game apparently is called Billionaire.
Huh. Interesting. I wonder if it's inspired by.
And then 155 millimeter gun. So this is a replica of the 155 millimeter gun.
No.
The H-bomb and U. Adventures in Science. The NS Savannah. Fascinating shit. Okay, so the NS Savannah was a cruise ship. It was a civilian cruise liner. Fascinating. See, like on this model here, You can see that there's like a pool, like a pool for the people. So yeah, this was a civilian cruise liner. That's really cool. Yep, see, atomic pop culture. Atomic marketing up in atom. Atomic bowl. Yep, the upgrade isotopes. Slam and amber. Yeah, this is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So various atoms for peace. Our friend the atom. See, atomo per la pesa. General Dynamics. Interesting. The uranium rush. Beginning in 1948, the Atomic Energy Commission, AEC, sought to encourage the development of domestic sources of uranium. The AEC set a fixed range of prices for uranium-bearing ore and became primary purchaser of uranium. A $10,000 reward for uranium sources above a set purity created a mining rush like the California Gold Rush of the 1850s, which would race across the American Southwest. That's fascinating. So just like there's a gold rush, there is a uranium rush. Fascinating. A Geiger counter. So this here is a fancy type of Geiger counter. Boys Life. One of the original covers of Boys Life. I used to get that Boys Life magazine when I was a kid, back in the 90s. The Space, 1999. Eagle 1 spaceship, Mattel, 1976. Marvel Comics. The Thing and She-Hulk disaster, or disaster at Diablo Reactor. Gen of Hiroshima. I saw it. And then various model railroads. Various nuclear toys.
I need a nuclear reaction to generate the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity.
1.21 gigawatts. Yep. Fun fact: if you go to there's a car parts store. I forget which one it is, but if you look up part number 121G, it shows one of these.
A flux capacitor?
Yeah, and it actually says flux capacitor, and it says not available. But it's really funny. I'll see if I can find it after when we're getting ready to go. I'll find it and show you. It's really funny.
Yeah.
So this is the hands-on science. This is the hands-on science part of the museum. Okay. Do not hit brass weights together. Gotcha. Okay. The pendulum snake. Oh, I see what they're saying. 'Cause they're saying if you swing it, swing it, swinging these this direction, not that direction. Swing them this one. Then over time, what'll happen is like they will start, because of the rotation of the planet, they'll start like undulating like a snake.
Yes. Well, that's the
Yeah, this is a balance our nano future. Balance the blocks on the table. Put each one where you think it belongs. Okay, so the various blocks are underneath.
Oh, okay.
So you take the various blocks that are under the table here, and you put it on this balance. Yeah, see how this thing tips.
Very easily, yes.
So you have to try to balance. You have to try to keep this thing in perfect equilibrium.
Mm.
And I'm sure the various blocks here weigh different amounts.
Yep. Interesting.
So sunlight. Oh, okay. So this is how this is. Okay, these. Ooh. Oh, this is solar panels. Okay. Okay, so sunlight in the morning. That one doesn't work. Okay, so evening. Okay, so noon. Okay, so that one works for sunlight at noon, and then sunlight in the evening, showing how the positions of the sun and how they affect solar panels. So apparently the one in the morning, I guess the bulb must be burned out on this one. And then this here, this is that cool fluid called ferrofluid. This is ferrofluid. Okay. There's a magnet at the end of this piece here. So if you take the magnet and you run it by the bottle here, you see the ferric fluid interacting with the magnet. That is fascinating. This stuff is called ferrofluid. Yeah, yeah. You move the black pieces up and down, and there's a magnet. No. There's a magnet at the end, like blind man, like this.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
There you go. See,
Oh, okay.
there you go. See, blind man is messing with the ferrofluid as well. It is. It's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very fascinating substance called ferrofluid because it's got a lot of ferrous iron pieces in it. Fe being the symbol for Fe is the element symbol for iron. Therefore, ferro FeRO. So it's got iron. So it's got iron pieces inside the fluid.
Wait, let it go. It drips away.
Yo. Exactly. That's science.
Oh, man, you can do science sometimes.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if I manipulate one and you manipulate one of the other ones strictly across.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see what happens. There we go.
Oh, we're doing it at the same time.
All right.
There we go. Oh, we both got little clouds.
Oh, neat. that is fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, there. Some is, if I pull it away, there it goes to you. Now it's coming back.
Yeah.
It's like gravity, kind of.
Correct. See, and then if I and then I pull it away, and it all goes back to. See, that's the power of magnetism.
Yep.
You are creating force. When you catch a frisbee, you are producing force because you are starting.
I'm still.
Magnetism is a type of force.
I'm never gonna give you up. I'm never gonna let you.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. This ferrofluid is really fascinating.
That's fun. If I hold it down there for a while, it picks it all up.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is energy? Excellent.
Oh, then it's flat there. Gotcha.
This stuff is called ferrofluid, and there's magnets at the end here. So the fluid on the inside interacts with the magnets on these black tubes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
When you pour off that gas, you are releasing your stored energy. If you heard twisted word, you release the energy contained in the word, and you feel it as heat, and see it as light. If you learn to write, the energy
Static versus gravity.
turns the atoms and moves the light.
Okay.
If you roll it
So static static electricity. Okay, so moving this around, you can see that even static electricity kind of defies gravity a little bit. Well, with the size of the balls, the size of the orbs are much smaller. However, with larger orbs, the there's no well there might be static there might be static electricity in there, but because the orbs are so big, they are more affected by gravity. So the static electricity has no effect on the larger orbs, but it has a huge effect on the smaller orbs. Fascinating. And then this here, this is a really old. This is a size bike that's got it's connected. It's connected to a like a generator where you pedal the pedals,
That's interesting.
and you can generate electricity. And welcome back. I'm generating about half a volt,
That looks like a
or
power.
no, I'm generating about 2.5 volts DC.
That
There you
looks
go.
like, almost like a fan from a DC power supply there.
Yeah, and then if I go really fast, I can generate about 7 volts, and
Yeah.
TIF says hi.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay, so there's a fan right here. So I just turned on the fan. So I'm powering the small fan there.
I see.
And let's see, can I power the light? The bulb might be burned out. Okay, so what about the drill? Let's see, can I power the drill? Okay, the drill's not working. Yeah, that thing down there. It doesn't appear to be working. Yeah, neither the drill nor the light are working. Interesting.
Then you push your wheel down, pull open the door, or pick up your lunchbox. You are creating force. When you catch a frisbee, you are producing force because you are stopping the movement of the frisbee. Gravity is a type of force because it pulls on objects and keeps them anchored to the earth. Rather than floating
Captain
off into
Marvel,
space. Have you ever put a kitchen magnet on your
Action
wall?
Comics,
Then you
Westinghouse
have
Atomic
observed
Nuclear Power
another
Plant,
type of pulling force,
the
magnetic
Thor
force.
rocket.
How about another question?
1.21 gigawatts. And they have a DeLorean here. DeLorean Motor Company, DMC. And it was named after the guy who invented the company, John DeLorean. See, when things go wrong, major nuclear power plant accidents. Oof. The anti-nuclear movement, various peaceful protests for the against nuclear power. A lot of those are still going on today. The peace symbol, 1958. Nuclear advocacy. Personally, I am pro. Save our state. Various anti-nuclear propaganda. Uranium Rush, an exciting new electric game for the family. Uranium Detector.
That's something from the Fallout series.
Right.
Pip-Boy.
Arco item. See, the first city in the world to be lit by atomic power, elevation 5320. Wow. President Richard Nixon, the White House, Washington, D.C. Nuclear by mail. Gotta run it for now. Gotta get to work. Okay, thank you, Tiff. Thank you for hanging out, ma'am. Have a great day, ma'am. Stamps album. If anybody wants to, there's those QR codes. If anybody wants to learn more about this, the Stamps album, the QR codes for that. Nuclear by mail. The PO Box 1663. See, our letters to the president, Richard Nixon, 1971, largest letter in the world. The N reactor at Hanford, Washington, top news story in the Tri-Cities, donated by Don Oman family, Burbank, Washington. Nuclear by mail. WIPP, the Waste Isolation Pilot Plant. That's what WIPP stands for. WIPP, Waste Isolation Pilot Plant. And for those who are here in New Mexico, know all about this. This is where they store nuclear waste. Various nuclear waste is stored at the WIPP site down in southern New Mexico.
I know that, and I'm not from here.
Nice. WIPP shipments generally follow interstate highway system in accordance with U.S. DOT regulations. Individual states may designate alternative preferred routes. All WIPP routes have designated safe parking sites in case of inclement weather. More than 30,000 first responders have been trained along WIPP routes. Wow. Yep, see the waste isolation pilot plant mission to permanently dispose of defense-related transuranic waste in ancient salt beds at depth of 2,150 feet. Wow. An incredible safe shipping record. Since WIPP began receiving waste on March 26, 1999, 14,000 shipments have traveled over 16 million safe transport miles, with the distance to the moon being 238,000 miles. This equates to more than 33 round trips from the Earth to the moon. Wow, that's crazy. True Pact 2. It's never too late to study math and science. This is true. And examples of the assault used to help store the stuff. Various commemorative coins. And then an example of the trucks that carry the stuff, plus an example of how the drums on the inside look inside the containers, and then an example of the materials inside the drums themselves. So this is really fascinating. I love how they specify drums do not contain radioactive material. Yep, and then the mining helmet. And then a core sample, the assault core sample.
Wait until I get some radioactive material in my eyes, and then I become Daredevil.
Nice. Three types of packages. Packages must be able to survive hypothetical accident conditions. Okay, that's type B. Type A. Packages are designed to survive normal conditions of transport, and then strong type packages are designed for normal handling and transportation. Okay, so the bottom is less hazardous. The top is more hazardous. Okay, that's really cool. Yeah, low level waste is shipped in strong type A packages. Okay, that's really cool. And then more examples of the drum types used at the whip site. This is a mining drill bit. So I think this is a replica because this one doesn't. Yeah, this one doesn't spin. So I think it's a replica. Yeah, this one doesn't spin at all. So this may have been a used one that seized up. Don't know. I mean, it's got a lot of wear on it, so I'm thinking it was a used one. I mean, it was being used a long time ago, but it probably seized up, so they gave it to a museum. I'm guessing
What is that? Is that?
it's a drill bit
Oh,
used in mining, like mining the areas like down at Whip.
oh, gotcha.
It obviously doesn't spin anymore.
Right. Well, it's all messed up there.
Yeah, because like, all the teeth like from all the cutting through all the rock and such.
Yep. But it's got cavities
Yes.
in the teeth.
Yep. One of the several different types of drill bits used in underground mining and drilling, WIP uses standard mining practices to create access shafts and waste storage rooms deep underground. Wow. Containment structure. Nuclear power plant containment buildings are extremely robust structures designed to meet nuclear regulatory commission requirements to withstand hurricanes and high velocity airborne objects. Yeah, so you see how like this is a replica of one of their, and then the freaking rebar on the is like 3-inch thick rebar, or reinforcement steel, but it's called rebar. Questions of risk. What is a probabilistic risk assessment? Buckle up. Navigating nuclear safety.
And actively addressing the challenges of rapidly changing patterns of energy.
Oh, this is a P&M board. The energy experience, the P&M energy experience.
We are working to safely integrate these large amounts of renewable resources while maintaining high reliability. The ongoing focus of this project is to study the impact.
See early reactors and applications.
The P&M demonstration is located at Mesa del Sol, Albuquerque.
Oh, neat. They have like a driving simulator here. Yeah, it's a driving simulator for showing how to like for like if you're towing a nuclear material. This gives you like a demonstration of that apparently.
Oh, gotcha.
So you see the various uses of energy. Okay, so here's what a power plant would look like. Here's an example of what a power plant looks like. The Super Phoenix, Craze Malville. I think this is in France. Based on the language, looks like France. That looks like French. So this looks like this looks like something from France. And megatons to megawatts program. Fascinating.
From 1957 to 1960, the molten salt reactor
I hear
experiment.
a new generation of
MSRE.
ultra-safe
Preliminary
thorium
design
molten
of the
salt
reactor began
reactors.
in May 1960. The molten salt fuel for this reactor is radically different. Salt flows from a pipe which is heated to keep the salt molten at 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. The salt does not react with air. It flows like water, but does not boil. MSRE is a circulating fuel, graphite moderated, single region reactor. During operation, fuel, which is nearly as pure as
The future of nuclear energy is thorium. Interesting. So they seem to be moving away from plutonium and all that type of stuff to thorium instead. Interesting. So they're trying to move to like thorium reactors.
now 1210 degrees Fahrenheit, is discharged by the fuel pump and flows through the primary heat exchanger and then back to the reactor.
Here is an example. It's an example of overhead power lines. Obviously, this is not charged and it's not it's not real. So, but it's an example of how overhead power lines are. The future of nuclear, enriching the future. If this doesn't make you feel like, if this doesn't give you Fallout vibes, I don't know what does. This really gives you, it gives me like Fallout game series vibes. Post your picture with Richie. For those who want to do that, there's that code there, and this is Richie. Fuel fabrication, pellets, rods, assemblies. Centrifuge. So this is how. So basically, this is a demonstration of how centrifuges work. So you could the marbles in the middle. The faster I spin this thing, you can see that the marbles start going to the outside of the. Centrifuges work, so it's a very fascinating passage. And that sound is just the glass marbles on the metal bowl. And this is a mining cart, or an example of a mining cart. Yeah, the mining and milling for a yellow cake. They call it yellow cake, but it's actually uranium. Uranium can be mined in an open pit, underground, or by C2 recovery. Interesting. And for whatever reason, uranium gained the nickname Yellow Cake. Weird. And then we haven't even seen the outside yet. We'll have to circle back a little bit, and then catch, and then go to the doors that lead to all the outside exhibits.
Okay.
Okay, so.
graphite and cast alloy and specimens similar to these have been removed from the reactor core. Examination indicates no military
Yeah.
structural change after salt has been circulated.
You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Energy Policy and Research Institute Smart Grid Demonstration Intro.
Yeah, we're circling back so we can hit the outdoor exhibits. Atomic City. If you're getting tired, we can head out.
Okay.
All right, so thank you for watching, chat. Have yourselves a great one. I'll catch you in the next one. If Blind Man and After Anarchist signing out.